Hi, this is Keith Ray Mackey, powered by Simple Dreams. And today is a little bit unusual. Perhaps all the days are unusual. I don't know. I generally try to be very optimistic, and today I will be optimistic also. But today is about dreams and perhaps impossible dreams. So I'm going to insert a video here, and then I'm going to talk about it afterwards. This is a video from earlier today. Hi, this is Keith Ray Mackey. I'm powered by Simple Dreams, but sometimes people dream impossible dreams. And I'm gonna try to put this camera down a little bit. It's a little shaky. I got whopped in the head today, trying to make a dream come true. So I'm not the type of person who gives up easily. In fact, some might say I'm the type of person who gives up hard. But today I've got to give up on a dream. I've been working on this little property, and that's going to go on. That work will continue. But for those of you who have been paying good attention, the dream was about getting a roof over my son's head. And one of my boys, my oldest son, struggles a lot with mental illness. And today that mental illness said, oops, upside my head. And that's a first, but it is in a trend line, a pattern of increasingly worse mental health behavior. So, sometimes when we talk to people, and I give presentations and trainings, I've been a college professor, people look to me and sort of think, quote, expert, close quote. Well, I want to tell you, life teaches you lessons that are hard to learn. And so, sometimes we only share the good stuff. And this is my effort. This is probably, I'm going to say, the 10th time I've tried this in 10 years. But I will say this. This is my last effort. And if you are in the early stages of dealing with something like this, I admire you, and I have pressed on many times. I've run up this hill. Once more into the breach, I say. And but I've come to an end, and that is not easy. Some of you may have come to the end of your rope before, and I want to say to you, because I accept it for myself, not to accept the judgment of other people who haven't been there, who have not walked in your shoes. Before you abuse, criticize, or accuse, I've heard it said, walk a mile in my shoes. So I've walked 500 miles, and I've walked 500 more. And I'm at the end of the road. So this project will continue, and the simple dreams continue, but they're different dreams. And sometimes a dream is ended. And I'm reminded of a line from a poem. It says, what happens to a dream deferred? That's the poem. I can't remember right now because I got oops upside my head. Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Does it fester like a sore and run? But I've been working on this dream for a while, and the dream's coming to an end. So I felt like I needed to share that with you too. Life's not always easy. Life is not always fair. Sometimes the dreams don't come true. I'll keep dreaming. I'll dream some different dreams. And thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Bye. So, there you have it. I made those comments just shortly after the police officer was pulling away from me filing a police report on a stolen vehicle and an assault. And so that's my thoughts for today. But here's the thing I will also say is that I'm going to spend some time in the days ahead, expanding on my philosophy and my ideas about simple dreams. And despite misfortunes, I believe simple dreams are very important. And this path, this dream that I was kind of trying to help prop up for my son, my eldest son, it has come to the end. And so he will have to find his own dreams, and I will not be able to continue on the path I was on, trying to help sustain that dream. I was trying to put a roof over his head and food in his belly on a regular basis, and also not have him be a chaotic, disruptive, dangerous person in society. I've lost that part of the challenge, and so I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to have to integrate these new ideas into my mind and into my way of thinking. And I'm telling you this because it's my experience that many people suffer and suffer under the weight of emotional trauma and daily stresses of living and the extraordinarily ordinary challenges of relationships and marriages and family. And I don't ever want the kids that I work with or the adults or you, if you're listening to this, to think when I talk about simple dreams that I ever think it's easy. But I do think it's important. I do think it's important that we figure out what we want and how we get there. And I will talk about this more, but sometimes we've got to get our dreams in categories where they're achievable and manageable. And that's not to say, hey, listen, if you want to be rich and that's really important to you, work on that. But there are some things in life that might bring you more happiness, more contentment, more peace. That's part of what I was hoping to do for my son and perhaps for myself. I would be at greater peace knowing that there was a roof over his head this winter, knowing that there was food in his belly at night, knowing that he was safe. And it's challenging, and some of you may relate to that it's challenging when we lose people, when we lose heart, when we lose focus. And so that's why I want to talk about simple dreams. I want you to think about your simple dreams, and I'm going to elaborate on some of my ideas. And if it's a philosophy, it's not my philosophy, it's a learned and earned philosophy, and I want to share that with you as we go ahead. So this has been a little bit longer video and perhaps a little bit unusual. If you think it might be helpful to other people, then please just share it. I'll try to put those buttons there, share and like, and forward it to other people if you think that this might connect with them, because you're probably aware of people, and you may be a person who has challenges in your life that you're dealing with. Maybe that's very lonely sometimes, and we can be surrounded by people and not have a shared understanding that people are suffering, and that our kindness to them, just our kind words and our moments with them of support can be helpful to them. So I'm gonna be okay. Physically, I'm just as good as I was yesterday. Maybe a little crick in the neck, but I'll be okay. And I want you to be okay too. So thank you for listening. Please share, please like. Have a good day. Thanks.